1, 0.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly D&D game. As far as I'm concerned, it's the only weekly D&D game on YouTube, unless Corey Neal is watching this. We love you, Corey. And yeah, we're the only D&D game outside of Synadia. Let me say that. I'm your humble DM. These are our players, and I suppose that we should have the briefest of recap. Luckily, David has seen the previous session. I encourage you to do the same. But if you didn't, last time our player characters made it to Barovia after a lot of trouble. Really, yeah, difficult journeys. There was a Leviathan. There was a very boring baseball game. I mean, objectively boring. It's baseball. And so on.
I forgive you.
And so on and so on. And along the way, one of their characters died and had to be resurrected at Castle Ravenloft, which I forgot at an inopportune time. And Strahd killed some of his own people, I suppose. And the party was sent to the village of Valaki, where they met a rogue, a mysterious woman with whom they became affiliated quickly, and they found themselves at the Blue Water Inn following her companion Calliope. They found themselves in her hotel room where they discovered a mysterious key. But in the midst of all of this, Blake Sunny has been left in the chapel of Barovia.
In the care
And after
of Strahd.
Yeah. And after enough time, Blake Sunny, you wake up and you find yourself on a stone bed in a desecrated cathedral with your wrists and ankles chained with heavy chains. And you look around and you can see there is what looks like a stand with several glistening containers with a liquid that you immediately assume is blood. And you see Strahd himself standing over you. And he says, I've cured your madness. And, well, I have to send you on your way, but just know if you ever turn on me, this blood will be very useful in bringing you down. And also, you should find the gray elf, Casimir Velikov. I believe I neglected to mention it, but if you want to reach the Amber Temple, there are treacherous tundra wastes along the way. And you would do good to either have him as a guide. I would prefer it if you just killed him for his ring of warmth. Now, do you have anything to say for yourself, you cur?
Yeah, does this place have like a working shower? I've been
Strahd
sleeping
snaps
a
his
long
finger and you are burst into a column of green flame and you disappear. And
in the distance, you can hear me just be like, "Fuck you!"
actually, that's what you're saying as you fall into a random hotel room amidst your companions, Bass, Theodis, Copernicus, and there is another hooded figure amidst them.
Blake. Good to see you again. Blake Russo. Blake.
Hello.
Good to be here. Can I like roll to stick the landing? Because I am being dropped from the ceiling.
Definitely
I
not.
wanna
You
make
fall
it-
sideways. It's not as clumsy. What I like to imagine is that when you fall out of the ship, you kind of fell upside down and landed on your head, basically. And that led to the ensuing scene. And this, it's not that bad, but you do sort of stumble out, not very gracefully, from this portal.
So there was a
You were
bed in
shocked.
this room, he dropped you on the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, Blake is just happy to be alive. She saw Cedric die, so she's gonna like bear hug Bast. She's gonna put Theodis in a headlock, and then she's gonna turn to the hooded figure and be like, "Oh, what was your name? Sorry,
Hello.
that's introduced me, bud. Hello."
My name's Ruzo Sorrowbrook.
Do I have to roll to see if I know if she's like a vampire, or like, is it just natural?
Make an insight check,
Okay.
if you would like. Copernicus says, "Oh yeah, she's got a really cool last name."
God damn it! Fuck. You get me every
Copernicus?
time, guy.
I've been here the whole time.
You keep saying that.
And he puts on a ring, and then his whole self becomes invisible. Then he takes it off, and he winks.
Oh my god.
I'm saying to Blake's natural one.
Oh, yeah. As far as you can tell, she's just anyone else. Another human. She introduces herself, and she seems like a human. If you ask,
That's great.
that is
Blake
what
is gonna squint and sniff and be like, "Your skincare regime is off the hook, lady. What the fuck? Like, teach me your ways. Excuse me."
Thank you.
Cedric's dead.
Mm,
No, he's not. He's talking to me
no,
right now.
no. He's not dead. Look,
Cedric
we've
says
had death
hello.
before. What?
I seem to have found myself in some very strange company.
Oh, trust me, you're trying to get to Sigil. It's gonna get weirder.
Oh, baby, is this a Clueless?
Look, Blake. Jeez, I told her that she might find some rude individuals who would call her that when we got to Sigil, not before we got there.
It's
I don't mean it in
perfectly
a bad
alright.
way. Some of my best friends are clueless. Don't worry about it.
I don't doubt that.
Please make your acquaintance. Cool.
Well,
So,
yes.
where are we?
You
and
can
where
hear
are we
the
going?
sound of trumpets and triumphant laughter
This
in
place
the
is weird.
distance.
It seems like it should be cool. They like hold festivals. Totally.
It's
whack.
come around, and it's closer to the building where you are in currently. The other players would probably be aware of what this is. Blake Sunny obviously would not. It just sounds like triumphant.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, there's almost kind of a shrill horror in the laughter and
Yeah.
exhaustion.
It's a really bad joke. We should probably get out of this town now that we're all back together.
And then you hear the sound of screaming and a roar of one kind or the other. What sounds like a monster, a creature of some kind, has made their way into this crowd.
Now, before any of you stand up and do anything heroic, just don't. Can we please leave and just go to the temple and get out of this shithole?
I second that.
Whoa. Slow your roll, big guy. I got told by a funky little monkey called Strahd that we need to find a grey elf called Casimir Velikov.
Where?
I'm assuming he's around.
Did he say Velaki?
No, he did not.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck this place.
Fair enough. Yeah, cool. So Blake's gonna grab her one possession that I'm assuming she's had with her, which hopefully is the axe, right? Like,
Anything that you would have had on your person is still on your person.
Wait, what's your dude's
Great.
name?
Yeah.
What's your dude's name? Blake?
Me?
No,
Oh.
Blake. The guy. You're looking for?
Casimir Velikov.
I open the door to our room, and then like poke my head out and knock on the old man next door, again. The one that I told to shut the hell up last time.
Yeah, and he swings it open. You can see that he's like hastily putting on leathers, and his glasses are sideways, and he's got a cane.
Hey, what was your name, old
that
man?
he's beginning to pull a sword out of.
Oh no, we're good.
Out
What
of my way! Out of my way!
What was your name?
Rictavio.
Oh, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Please! And he tries to push through or past you.
I almost want to fight this guy because he's being so goddamn rude.
Yeah.
Why don't we ask him?
I don't step out of the side. I hold my fucking feet. Like, what's the rush, bud?
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Oh, are we bullying
Check.
him?
No, but I'm just being bassed.
Fair enough.
Very true.
12. Damn it.
He is able to push you aside with great urgency, and
That's
sort
one
of
obstacle. There's still Blake.
walks or attempts to trot and run to the end of the deck and take the steps outside.
Can we ask him if he knows this man?
You can try.
You can call after him.
I'm just gonna strength roll.
Stop. Do you know a Casimir Velikov?
He's already yelling out, "Lilia! Lilia!"
Yeah, it was worth
There's
a shot.
a roaring and screaming. It sounded like someone has just been killed
Good for
amidst this crowd, but there's also still the manic and frantic laughter of obviously the ceremony, the parade.
I can't stress how much I don't give a shit about any of this that is happening outside. Let's go out the
I
back
hate
door.
Barovia. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is only one staircase down, which would lead along the side of the building, but you think that you could still avoid. You think that there is I believe there's a door out the back way if you were to go back into the tavern room itself.
Mhm.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Honestly, yeah,
Ooh.
because the staircase just leads down outside, like outside to the front. So let's
Mhm.
just go down out there and go like behind the building, just away from
Yeah.
the crowd, along the walls
What about a
towards one of
window?
the gates.
You can see that, or as you move to the end of this overhang balcony down toward the steps, you can see that in the streets amidst the crowd, there is a giant armored, what looks like a tiger with sharp fangs that is just making its way through these people slowly and methodically as its handler seems to ineffectually get it under control or attempt to get it under control,
We don't recognize
calling
the
after
handler.
it. The handler is the same person you've been talking to by the
Rictavio.
looks of it. Rictavio, yes.
The guy who doesn't
And-
want inside, and he's handling the
Yeah.
tiger, killing people with it.
The tiger, he's trying to stop the tiger from killing people, but the tiger has gone rampant amidst this crowd. One of the few people who who seems kind of legitimately concerned yet unsure of what to do is the person who's actually holding the large wicker ball from which this purple smoke is coming, which is pouring over the crowd. You're not exactly in the purview of it, but the people in the crowd are struggling to defend themselves or run out of the way because the effect of this laughing gas has overtaken them. Many of them are standing in place or pointing as the beast moves through the crowd, pulling people apart by the...
Bass
Yeah.
looks towards like the crowd of people, then he looks down the street towards the gate, then he looks at the party, and then he starts walking towards the gate.
Bast, we're not gonna help these people?
He stops walking.
Bast, they're ripping the crowd apart.
I have an idea. Watch and learn. And she's gonna like flex for the new person and cast speak to animals and kind of yell from the balcony at this tiger.
Tiger.
What do you say?
Hey, you rancid bitch! What are you doing? Stop killing dudes!
And as it claws someone in half, it yells out, "I hate everyone!" Ah!
That's just the mist talking. Like, come, get out of here! Go!
No, this place is cursed! And this
What?
is a roar. Everyone else just hears.
We can
really
get you
intense.
out of here, but you gotta stop killing dudes. Capiche?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck. Blake is not made for social moves. Here we go.
God. I cast speak with animals too, and I'd be like, he's right, we're here to help, we're gonna get you out of this area.
Now's not
You
the
can
time for
make-
catcalling.
You can make that roll with advantage if you like.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So I got a 10 on my first.
You got this.
And I got a 12.
13 looks like
Cool.
me.
The tiger
-1.
bites into the head of this person, pulls it off of their body, kind of rips it out one way, and then just pounces at you.
Oh boy.
From where they are, they roll a 22 to hit you. They attempt to just claw right through this creature.
That'll do it.
Rictavio calls her Lilia. Yeah.
Mhm.
That is 15 points of piercing damage, and
not
we should roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Oh, and I also need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh,
Blake Sunny.
Bast got a 12 for initiative.
Is that all of us
Yeah.
rolling?
So
Yes,
Okay.
everyone.
So combat's starting, and you can click the number in the middle next to your armor class. It says initiative.
I got a 15.
You're 14.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, not for my initiative. For my initiative, I nat 20 apparently.
Oh.
But for my strength check, I got 15.
15 is
unfortunately.
good. You're able to keep your stand your ground. You aren't knocked prone. So
Cool.
what is your initiative?
12 for Bast.
Okay.
And 14 for Rizzo.
23 for
I
Blake.
got
23 for Blake. What about
got a
Theodos?
What team?
13 for me.
13. I need to roll for that person. And the crowd. And Copernicus. Does really well.
Copernicus is still here.
Always apparently here.
Copernicus is always watching.
Unfortunate.
Cool. So the first act is Blake Sunny.
All right, you asked for it. And Blake is gonna rage and just fucking clobber this bastard. I'm gonna attack recklessly with the Great Axe of Wounding once, using my Great Weapon feat to get plus 10 damage at like -5-ish accuracy.
Okay.
And I roll a 28, which makes that 23.
23 hits. No worries.
Thank you. Goodbye, Tiger. Time to die. See, I only roll a 12. Wait, it discounted my raging. That would be 14 plus 10, 24.
24 points.
24 points. And then I'm gonna unarmed strike grapple it because I'm raging. Hold up, let me just
No
get
worries.
my raging up because Beyond 20's decided to turn him off. Where is this? Forget about it. I'll do it mentally. Unarmed strike, I'm gonna attack recklessly again. 23.
23 still hits.
And that's 5 piercing, and he's now grappled to me. I just kind of grab this tiger and try and hold him back from the crowd, like, you asked for it, buddy!
Mm-hmm. And he shouts out, "I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees."
You could live in another place! God damn it!
And at this point, its handler comes up to it and attempts to put a collar around its neck. and is actually able to. It snaps this spiked collar around the creature's neck, and there's a chain around it, and a surge of lightning buzzes through the creature, which winces out in pain. Oh, fucking asshole! Theodos and Blake Sunny, you can hear. Just kill me! Just kill me!
I looked at Theodos like, well, you heard it. You heard the man.
It's in
It
a
wants to
state.
die?
It's in a state.
True, but also it is being imprisoned against its will and like guillotine, essentially.
Is it? Are
Oh.
you certain?
Am I certain?
Copernicus
Actually? That's a good point.
is Rictavio's gonna sort of slowly attempt to coerce the creature to its feet, but the tiger resists.
Your cat usually like this, Rick?
And he says, my feline is none of your concern.
Answer the
It's for
fucking
safety.
question.
It's for
Rick is pretty
safety.
savage.
Is your cat
I'll kill the
usually
cat.
murdering people like this? Yes or no? Or I'm gonna kill you too.
No.
Thank you. That's so fucking hard. You were so nice
This
the
has
first time I
never
knocked on your door.
Happened before.
That's an easy thing to
And
say.
I apologize.
Accepted. I too
He puts his
apologize.
glasses. And now you said something about a Casimir Velikov.
Yeah, apparently we're looking for one. What you know?
You'll find him among the Vistani. He is the leader of the Grey Elves among them. Yet,
Well, thank
they
you
say that
kindly.
he is one of the most competent guides of the realm.
Thank you kindly. Would you like any help with your cat, sir?
That's quite all right.
All right. Let's go, everyone.
And he grabs the cat. And then you can see as he sort of steps back amidst the crowd, begins laughing. It starts out as a chuckle, but gets more intense as he continues to walk his way toward his caravan.
With the cat?
I hate broken.
With the cat.
And everyone's
yes.
just like watching him go after his
The
cat just like running through
Parade
town.
continues in the opposite direction.
None of the guards
Um,
care?
Even with bodies in the street.
Any guards who have been around seem to be caught up in the fanfare,
Oh.
and the celebration continues as if nothing happened. People stepping over the bodies and the carnage.
This place could be worse. Let's go before it gets that way. Then I continue my step towards the door.
Yeah, I mean, you were planning on going around and trying to avoid the crowd, the street in which the crowd was going, and so you're able to do that. And you pass your way through the streets and find yourself at the gate from which you entered, which is still open. It's getting to be the later part of the day, although you couldn't necessarily tell from the gray, overcast weather. And yeah, you saunter your way through the gate and
I
find
say
yourselves.
saunter. As I start walking through the gate. Flourish.
You can see once you get outside of the walled city that the road continues ahead, and there's sort of an area where it's undeveloped fields, but after a certain point, thick forests sort of overtake the view on either side of you.
It's too many trees.
We should be careful out here. I was attacked by wolves.
I've never been this far outside of Sigil. Do you think people are gonna be mean? Do you think people are gonna be dicks?
So,
Think
fun
they
fact
might
about
be
this figure.
enemies.
they have woodland patterns, which means they blend in like super well and have advantage in stealth in forests. So Blake is like standing in front of trees and just disappearing from sight. Like, and it's obnoxious.
You have to go pretty far away from the main trail, but yeah, you can see that when Blake does sort of run off and even just like stand in front of trees normally, I mean, she sort of blends in more than you would expect.
I like this place. It's not bad.
Who said that?
No. Yeah, cool. But yeah,
You can
we continue
see
on.
a wooden sign, a little post, and it says Old Svalich Road as you continue on.
Hmm.
Trees everywhere.
You ready for round 2, big guy? This.
Oh my god.
Trees everywhere. Trees. Places.
Literally everyone from
So
Sigil.
yeah, Bast is just Charlie outside of Philadelphia in these woods right now.
So you've never
Yeah.
been to Barovia before,
I sailed in on a boat.
and this is your first time here.
Look, we showed up in a castle.
We live in a donut.
Mhm.
We
We
don't
do live in a
have
donut.
this many fucking trees in Sigil.
Yeah,
It's
that's the most trees I've seen.
it's vertigo-inducing.
It feels
And
like I'm
I
Copernicus
live
down
in
here.
a town that is on the inside of a donut that curls back on itself.
Copernicus takes off his ring and says, I find this place really tranquil.
God damn it!
Wow.
I snuck it into the prison,
Every
or
time.
I had it snuck into the prison.
Hmm.
In Ring of Invisibility.
Nice. Cool. But yeah, I guess we continue on. Following this route, I guess.
And you're
Do we know where we're heading?
We're heading
You're
to a
not-
Vistani camp outside of outside of Velaki, I believe.
You probably wouldn't know where
Oh,
any Vistani
shit.
encampments are in particular.
Bass
Um,
doesn't know that. Keaton does.
I think my
Right.
internet's bad. I can't quite hear anything.
Oh,
Oh,
Try reconnecting.
Okay.
yeah, I'll put that in the chat. Oh, looks like they did it themselves.
I did it. Did that fix anything? Maybe not.
yeah. Do we still sound a little out of it?
Yeah, that's better. It was frozen before. There we go.
Very cool. Yeah, so about 25-30 minutes of walking down this path. There's nothing but sort of spooky fogs, maybe the occasional sound of an animal in the distance. You find yourselves at a crossroads. You can see that there is what looks like a stone pillar that comes to a point, and there's a wooden beam that's sticking out of it that looks like it's been broken off, but there doesn't appear to be any sign of the top half. But the road forks to the left in 2 directions, to the right in 2 directions, and it also goes ahead.
Can I make like a
Oh,
investigation check for the other half of the sign, or any recent foot tracks or something?
Absolutely, you can.
If anyone else
Hey,
has a better survival, they could try as well.
new gal, you want to try?
Her name is
Help us out.
Ruzo, Blake.
I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Can you help us work out where the sign goes? We need help. We need help.
Yeah, we need help.
Okay, what would that be?
Either
Uh,
investigation or
survival.
survival, I would think. They're both the same for you,
Okay.
luckily.
Blake does a little better with a 14.
14. Okay.
Oh, Theodis has an okay investigation skill.
I got 18.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice. There is no indication of where the top half of the sign is, or even with an 18, you look around and you can maybe find splintered pieces of this wood. It looks like the real foot traffic just continues to go ahead. And you would know, Ruzo, that if you continue going straight, eventually you'll reach the town of Kresk. That's the way that you came with Calliope.
Do you know anything
You've-
about what?
You've been to this crossing before. Calliope would have told you that if you go to the north along the main path closer to Barovia, that it leads to Lake Zarovich, but that it has been recently frozen over with some kind of mysterious magic. But that's the only path that you know.
What's a Vistani? I asked Ruzo.
The pasta.
I couldn't tell you that.
Does-
Make a history check
does
if
it
you'd
change
like,
the character might
Ruzo.
know if you, the player, know?
Oh, yeah. I got a 5.
Oh,
You don't. No, yeah, you don't know.
well.
It's a pasta bast.
Oh yeah. I think I have had some of that before. Back at that that guy Italian place up in the clerk's ward.
Beat
I can't eat
points at
carbs.
skull and winks.
I let the others know what I know about the sign, that if like north is the lake
Mhm.
and the other way is Kresk.
And Bast and Theodis, you can both make intelligence checks if you would like.
For what?
Just to see what you know about directions and where
Right.
you're trying to go.
Yeah, because like
Um,
I'm
because
trying to
Strahd
logic
and you have
out-
talked about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to logic out where an encampment would be close to where we were sent. So I'm trying to be smart about it. But
Ooh.
I get a 21.
21.
Oh, thank
You're
goodness.
not. Yeah, Theodis, it's totally lost on you. Which
Yeah.
I think makes
Theodis
sense.
is a kid from the city, so he's not great with direction. But I'm an adult from the city, so I'm great with direction.
You were
He's
told.
probably
that
also a little groggy after dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Let's go forward.
You were told that the Amber Temple is to the south. The very, very furthest south reaches in a mountain range called Mount Gakis.
Is-
So if the pathway going up to the lake is north, then that means you need to go in the opposite way.
yeah, but
um,
what about where we think an encampment near this town would be?
You're not. You don't have any clues or any indications about that.
And what direction was Kresk?
North.
Kresk is to the west,
Oh.
west northwest.
Are there any tall trees that I can climb to get like
Yes.
a good,
Yes.
amazing? Then Blake will clip.
Sorry, that was
Lots
me,
of-
but I'm just imagining this place is full of only tall trees.
There are, I mean, the trees go up to a certain point, right? Like the tree line is tall enough where we could say 25, 35 feet roughly. You're welcome to, make a strength athletics check to attempt
Well,
to climb one.
I've also got talons, and talons basically just aid me.
You are
in
an owl,
combat
aren't you?
and stuff.
I guess that this makes
Climbing.
sense that you would be able to climb through
Wow.
these trees easily.
Does that mean an advantage? Perhaps. This is
Yes,
also something
let's-
listed.
Let's
as a-
say that yes. If you have, I mean, there are different ways that, I don't know if there's a climbing speed that you would have as a Strigan. I'm not sure,
That's
but
a good point.
it might be the case.
Oh, it says advantage on strength checks on any surface your talons could drip. So I got a 23.
23 is more than
climbing
enough.
I think climbing is usually just half your regular movement speed, but since they're this bird owl thing, you could finagle it.
Yeah, even I could say that once you get to the upper levels of a tree, any tree really, it can be a bit dangerous and treacherous if you don't, watch your step.
If
and
you're
you
not an
could
owl.
fall.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, even if Blake Sunny fell, she could glide out of it and would be safer than most, right? You're able to get up, and from your view, You find that the human woman that you're with's word holds true. It looks like some kind of the two pathways to the north, both rather quickly, are cut off by a wide open space. In the far distance, you might be able to see what looks like the suggestion of a lake. You can see that to the south of you, there is nothing but to the southeast of you, back from the way you came, it's just all really thick, dense forests. And on the opposite end, the two trails going to the south sort of converge together after enough time. There's not very much dense forestry between them. And that continues to go down. The further southwest you go, the less dense the forest gets until eventually, after a certain point, it looks like it cuts off. But it's rather far away, even if you are able to see it from this height.
And no signs of any kind of camp, like no.
There's
plumes of
no
smoke.
sign of an encampment, no.
Okay, I'll yell this down to the guys. Just be like, bad news! Can't see a camp from here. The lake's real pretty though.
That's a
I
shame.
want to go see the lake.
We don't find any like wagon wheel ruts or anything.
Nothing, no suggestions of an encampment.
Let's go to the lake.
Okay,
It looks
yeah,
real pretty.
I don't want to be the one to get us lost, so I'll follow you.
Nice. And yeah, Blake will be like, "Follow me, pals," and then she'll jump off the tree and just start gliding.
Didn't we like
Wait.
magically sail in on that lake?
You sailed in on the river Ivlis.
Oh, that's
and
right. The
I
river.
think
It feeds into the lake, doesn't it?
you would intuitively believe and know that it does feed into the lake, yet you were told that up until very recently it was frozen.
Hmm.
Recently, as in like when Strahd came back.
The way that I'm looking at this map, actually, there isn't. I don't know if there's a direct feed into
No,
that.
I mean, I remember you kind of took some liberties with with how the river feeds to the lake.
To Lake
Yes,
Lake
yeah.
Zarvich? Yeah. There are other rivers that feed into it, but maybe not this one. Yes, and you would know that it's called Lake Zarvich. Or if
Yep.
not, then yeah,
I'll
this
follow
happens.
y'all.
Theodis, a chill crawls down your spine as the group of you begin to make your way up to the northern paths.
Keep up, kid.
My head starts snapping. I start looking around, and then I blink a couple times, and I use detect magic.
There's no you believe that that there's some kind of sinister magic in the realm of Barovia that seems to pervade it, but you're not necessarily sure about any particular magic effects. And as you make your way along the path, you believe that you can hear the sound of scuffling in the forest around you.
Guys, I'm getting bad vibes here.
Now you're getting bad vibes?
I'm getting bad vibes here.
What, the
I
trees
think-
didn't tip you off?
I think something's surrounding us right now.
I immediately draw my
Ooh.
swords.
We need to keep moving.
You sure? We don't just, like, stand here and kill it?
I don't want to stand in one place.
Okay.
Let's keep going towards this lake. I feel
Copernicus.
cold.
Says, I mean, everywhere is creepy, but
Fuck.
it doesn't seem like this place is any more
Fuck.
creepy.
Every time!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Copernicus, did you hear that rustling too? Or is
No.
that you?
No.
Was it you?
Maybe?
Look, I'm gonna end up cutting your head off on accident one of these days.
I'm really sorry. I'd appreciate it if you didn't cut my head off.
Me too. Stop sneaking up on me.
All right.
We need to do a bell or something.
Yeah,
Huh.
I should. I'd still
I'm
be
going
invisible
to-
sometimes.
I'm going to say, all right, everybody. I'm gonna touch brains with everyone.
Don't touch my brain.
Nope, we're touching brains. Everybody get in here.
Consensual brain touches only, Theodos.
And I put my hands together, and I use Rary's telepathic bond.
Mmm.
And
Very cool.
I take pieces of an eggshell that I keep, and now we're all able to.
Is that what that smell is?
Spell ends. Yeah, I don't know. The targets can communicate telepathically through a bond, whether or not they have a common language. So, I do this. I have us touch brains.
Yeah.
Is what you hear in your heads from Bast.
Blake is just like thinking of the Buffy the Vampire theme the whole time.
The what?
And,
Buffy the Vampire theme on loop.
Mm.
And what's his name is here as well?
Copernicus?
Copernicus,
No.
yeah.
Cedric.
Cedric? No,
So
Cedric is here
I
as
do
well.
have
Cedric
a
is
question.
not.
Most definitely
yes.
not.
I have my ring. Would that affect this at all? Would he be able to hear my thoughts?
That's a good question. I don't think that
Well,
unless you wanted.
so
That's a
Rary's
really good
telepathic
question.
bond just allows us to communicate with any of us that's been touched by this
Yeah.
spell. Whereas I
Hmm.
think your
Yeah.
ring is just like you focus on someone and they can talk with anybody
They
you
can
want.
still, yeah. As long they can't pry into what you're thinking, but you can willingly share your thoughts with them. Does that
Ah,
make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if
I've
you
just
allow
seen
it.
that.
Is what
Yeah.
it says.
You've got
Yeah.
push to
So-
talk.
You have a firewall essentially.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, cool.
Theodos, make an insight check.
Oh, jeez. I'm rolling so bad today.
Your natural one, just because of the ambient noise from the other persons, it just makes sense to you that Ruzo is a little bit quieter. She seems a little bit quieter in person.
That's
And-
so cool.
Yeah,
That's great.
They can't hear.
nothing unusual
Cedric.
seems to be the
They
case.
can't hear Cedric though, right?
You
No,
can't
they can't hear. Cedric doesn't count as a player character in this scenario.
Shit.
Cedric's
I
dead.
still hear
Cedric's
Cedric.
dead, Theodos. You're gonna have to go to
Yeah,
therapy
still
when we get back to
hear him.
Sigil.
Cedric's not
I still
dead. He'll
hear him.
come back.
And Blake,
He probably fell through
He's
a portal
dead.
or something. No, I didn't see it. You hear like static intensify as she says that. Like,
Yeah, this conversation you feel like you're having, but you realize none of you are talking
well, anyway,
This
as you
is cool.
continue to make your way
I
through
go
the woods.
invisible. Once he like tells after we do that, and we think there's someone tailing us, I go invisible.
Just about after you go invisible, the forest path breaks, and you are eventually able to see a large, what looks like frozen river, out in the center of which, I mean, this is massive. So far away in the distance, you believe that you can see what looks like a single trail of smoke pluming up. And it's getting to be the later part of the day. It's getting quite a bit darker outside. The darkness encroaches suddenly amidst the fog, mist, and clouds.
I point and I say, "Look, smoke." But I don't move my mouth. You just hear me say, "Look, smoke."
How long does your effect last, Thetis?
An hour.
So does
Very good.
So does my invisibility.
Oh, cool.
So when we spot smoke, how far away from it are we?
Several hundred feet.
I'm gonna telepathically communicate to everyone to just remain here for a sec, while I go and sneak up invisibly and look. If anyone who is very sneaky wants to come along as well, that's totally cool as well.
I will also come along. I'm very sneaky.
Because even though I'm invisible, you're probably still more sneaky than I am.
Well, my stealth is +12,
Yeah.
so.
This is wonderful.
And you have advantage on your stealth checks if you move no more than half your speed on that same turn.
Okay.
So if you move
I
real
think actually
slow,
we're
you have you get to roll your d20 twice and take the higher result.
Okay.
I think we're actually all sneaky.
Oh really?
Actually, yeah. Blake has good sneak.
Yeah, I think I have good stealth too.
Oh, I have Supreme Snake.
Oh, I only have +1, but I'm invisible right now.
Oh, and I'm in a forested
can go
area.
invisible
I have great
too.
sneak.
Let's all go.
Yeah, fuck it. Copernicus.
Yeah, well,
Well, this defeats the purpose.
Copernicus
of scouting.
says, yeah, maybe some of us should stay here just so, it seems really dangerous and I kind of don't want to go.
Look, you're the
Copernicus
stealthiest
staying
out of
dead.
us.
Nope, you're not sneaking up on us. You come along.
Come with you,
Oh,
Rabbit.
fine. He puts on his ring of invisibility.
Did he put it on his middle finger? Did he just flick me off?
No, this is the ring thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we all sneak.
Yeah, I use one with shadows, and if I'm in area of dim light or darkness, I become invisible.
Darkness has descended upon the day, so you are essentially invisible. Bast is invisible. Copernicus is invisible,
I got
which
a
means I
17
just
on my
need
stealth.
Russo and Blake Sunny, I believe. Yeah, if you are invisible, you have advantage on your stealth checks.
But disadvantage from my armor, so I just rolled 1 and it's 17.
Very good.
So we're doing a stealth check.
Yeah.
Yes, if that's okay.
Oh, 16.
Is it?
19. Oh,
Do I hold Alt to do it?
You hold
Advantage.
shift to do advantage and control to do
Okay.
disadvantage.
So
Cool,
I
15
got
then.
a 15.
All of you are rather quiet, and you can hear the sound of a low wind as you make your way along this. It's something like a beach that's kind of broken through between where the forest ends and the lake begins. Eventually, you find a sign that says Lake Zarovich, and you can see that underneath, someone appears to have written in blood, "Help!" with an exclamation point.
You and me both signed.
And
What?
after traveling down the pathway for 5 or 10 minutes, you are able to see that out in the center of the lake, seemingly, are what appears to be a single outhouse and a fire, a bonfire on top of the ice. You can see that there is a fishing line. I think even from here you could see that there's a fishing line on a stand over the ice ring, but you don't see any discernible person.
can I do
Someone's
perception check to see if I can figure something out?
You're welcome to make a perception check if you like.
Can I try something if that fails?
I
Because I
did
have a plan.
10.
You don't detect anything of note, really. It looks like that this outhouse is maybe 100, well, at least 200 feet out into the lake itself. Quite a ways from the coast where you all are now.
Okay. I have an idea then. Is there
Shoot.
a rat or bird anywhere around here that we could use that I could talk to?
You don't detect the presence of any wildlife creatures immediately around. It's still, there's a quietness in this area, deathly quietness.
Theodus, you have your stake, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Leo.
I can look through little Leo's eyes if he wants to do a little bit of scouting for us, you know? There'll be a little bit of a
Sure.
extra meat in it for him.
Sure. We'll
Cool.
have to talk with him about it because I respect Leo's feelings and opinions.
That's cool. I can haggle. We can haggle with the snake.
You said there's like a little house
I mean-
on an island out on the frozen lake. Is that what you said?
It's not on an island, it's just on the lake itself.
There's like a little hut?
Yeah. I'm thinking like it almost looks like a little outhouse.
I don't want to waste a spell slot. And invisibly, I lay my belly down on the ice and then kick off the shore, sliding towards it.
Okay. So yeah, you kick yourself off. Yeah, Bass just
You just see some like ice,
like a hockey
kind
puck.
of- But you don't see me. But you just see this line.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like cool running.
You can hear Bass say that in his head.
Yeah. I say that I'm not wasting a spell, and I slide out.
Oh, I can do it for
No.
free.
Blake, that was a
Shit.
fantastic idea, but that also looks like a lot of fun, so I'm going to
That
do it
does
too.
look like it all. Let's go, lads. And Russo.
And I get on my belly and I do the same thing. I don't get as much as a solid push with my child stump legs, but I slide.
Copernicus says, "Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, okay, fine."
My nipples get chapped. They hurt.
It feels a little
Everyone's
bit,
do.
yeah, a little bit frosty.
I think this is a very bad idea. I'll do it anyway.
I'm not wasting a spell
Because I'd rather not stay here.
Yeah, Blake's head being like, wee.
So all of you skate across the ice on your stomachs, roughly. Closer that you get to this little outhouse, you're eventually able to see that it has a crescent moon-shaped hole over the door, and it looks like the fire is on its last legs.
I stand up and I knock on the outhouse
And you can
door.
you can hear the sound of crying from the inside.
I knock on the door. Hello? I open the door.
You can see a large. It looks almost like maybe a half giant creature with
Aw.
cracked gray-green skin and green hair that sort of hangs in a little puff
Is it a
over the
furball?
creature's head. They're about 7.5 foot tall. You probably would be able to recognize it as a furbolg, although it looks like the natural lush green skin that most furbolgs that you would know have has been made almost gray, and there's quite a bit of patchy discoloration on this furbolg's skins. Although they're dressed like a normal furbolg, just pants on and no shirt, and they're crying, just
Say,
weeping.
big guy, what's the sitch?
Have you found the heart of Zarovich?
I, don't know what you mean, friend.
And he says, My friends are went to Barovia, Raven Castle, the heart. I've never seen them again.
Yeah, but you're probably not gonna either. You want to get out of this place?
And their scream eventually reaches a sharp, shrill pitch.
Oh,
And
but
there is an eruption,
oh,
as if the spell Shatter had been cast.
oh, but
And I need
jeez.
everyone to roll initiative
I
as
didn't
the
tell anyone
ice
to follow
underneath you starts to fracture and the outhouses immediately burst into hundreds of shards and just destroyed.
Oh,
Wow,
jeez.
bro.
I got a 15.
I got 20.
I got 16.
$21 for Blake Sunny. Russo, this Bass Copernicus does very well on his check.
Wait, was it an initiative check or a deck saving throw?
It is an initiative check. And I just need to do one very small thing. Okay, it is now Blake Sunny's turn. You can see that the ice underneath your feet is beginning to crack and shift in various directions around you. That the outhouse that you had been standing in has been completely blown away. It looks like the area that you're underneath in particular is more fractured because of the small hole in the ice near where you are. What do you do?
Oh, I really want to try and save this guy, but that means I'll probably condemn the rest of you to having to fend for yourselves. Yeah, mentally I'm like, you guys have got this, right?
Fuck!
Copernicus is like, fuck no! Save me!
All right. Okay, so we're still on the ice, right?
You are all on the ice together, about 250, 225 feet away from the shore.
How many is the shore is there more than one way to the shore essentially?
You think that the path from which you came is quicker than the path to the other side. If you would like, you can make a nature check.
I'm gonna push him to the path to the other side, and because he's on ice,
push
I'll
who?
do that. Push the big troll guy. I'm gonna rage into it. Big shoves. Because if he shatters the ice over there, we'll be fine. Blake rages. Yeah. 24 to shove this bastard across the ice.
Is that a strength
That
athletics
is a
check?
nat 20 as well. That's on strength. If it's athletics, add another 8. Add another 4, sorry. Another 8. Ooh.
Yeah, so you push this giant about 20 feet, and then there is a giant shaped hole in the ice as they crash into the water.
Well, fuck. At least we're fine, right, guys?
I look at you and I'm like, Blake!
I'm cold.
I'm gonna push Theodus into a path on the other side as well, because he's a child. He'll be women and children first.
Thank you.
That's absolutely sure. Is this just another athletics then?
you're attempting to push Theodos in the direction of the shore. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I
It's
roll
a
unnaturally high with like a 27.
27. Theodos, as you are, do you allow yourself to be tossed about on the ice?
When does he not?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
love
As you are tossed about, say, roughly 15 feet closer to the shore, you land on a patch of ice and the floor underneath you starts to tilt. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I meant to just slide him like across the ice. Like, whoosh.
But still.
Yeah,
It does happen.
Oh shit. A 9.
You are flipped and fall into the water.
Damn you, Black Sunny!
You take 3 points of cold damage immediately.
Oh my god. Blake sees her friend go underwater for the second time in what must have been like a day and just immediately dives after him with the 40-foot speed that she has. Like, no, not again!
Yeah, so you're able to sort of make it there in the midst of your turn.
I'm out of actions now.
Very cool. And we'll say that that is where your turn ends. Ruzo, what do? You can tell that the ground underneath you is treacherous, and you think that it's going to be very difficult to walk across it without risking falling through. Upon inspection, now that you're here, you realize that the ice underneath you is maybe not as sturdy as you thought it was.
Sebast is still next to me as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's looking
yes.
over towards where the Furbolg was thrown into the water.
Oh, okay.
You can see that the Furbolg is, they fell in a hole the shape of themselves, so you're not sure. They're underneath the surface for now.
Is there any way I could move slowly across the ice?
Yes, if you would like to attempt to make a dexterity check to navigate your way across the ice.
Is that a saving throw? Or...
No, just a check.
Okay.
So the row of numbers along at the top.
Ah, got it. That was 5, so it was 1 + 4.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
A natural one?
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's on the first step out that you sink
Well, do they
right
so
straight.
I need to stop you as a DM because this would be something that would call for a dex saving throw once she has to fall under, and she has
I guess that's
very good stats for. She has specific character traits for making dex saving throws for these
think that
situations.
because it is I mean, it's a check, and she rolled a natural 1.
But
it would make
last
sense
turn
to
it was
say
a saving throw for Theodos.
it was a different thing.
Yeah.
It was being acted upon versus acting. I think that's a fair ruling.
Okay.
Once you're underneath the water, though, you think that you can get back up to the surface. And if you could just make another, I mean, you could do a dexterity acrobatics check or a strength athletics. Try and pull yourself up. But
That wouldn't be a saving throw, though, would it?
No, it wouldn't be a saving throw. And you take
Sorry,
4
just
points of
regular.
cold damage.
Just say
so
having
I just like
made
so
braces-
Oh, so that was 24.
24? Yeah.
real quick. When she is
yes?
subjected to an effect that allows her to make a dex save to only take half damage, like I'm wondering if this would be a situation where that would apply also, since she saw it coming. Trying to help you out with your roguish abilities.
I understand completely. It's a little bit different mechanically than the way that I've been thinking about it. If I'm
It's just the
perfectly
kind of stuff
honest.
ropes are built for
I
avoiding.
would
It is
also
just the
like
kind of
to
stuff.
say, Russo has spider climb.
Russo does
don't
have
know
But
that.
spider
it's
climb.
that's for vertical surfaces,
don't know,
though, isn't it?
but-
Yeah.
But
I
if if the pillar were going sideways, then that would be different. But you fell
Yeah.
through vertically.
Stop pulling us
So I think that you're able to pull yourself up without trouble. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 21.
21. Okay, so we'll say that
No damage.
instead of 4 points, you take no damage. You pass. That's right. It's evasion.
Okay.
So you are ducked down, but you are quickly able to pull yourself up.
Okay.
And you can use the rest of your movement to deftly sort of make your way over the floating fragments, now kind of spider climbing your way almost across the ice, with what looks like an unnatural and uncanny ability.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
not to be a rules lawyer. I just wanted to make sure that your evasion ability actually worked for you.
I think that that's
Thank you.
reasonable.
No, I appreciate the help.
Admittedly, it is a little different than the I understand completely where you're coming from. It is now Copernicus's turn. He does really, really well. Actually, he's going to use a ray of frost to ice the path underneath his feet as he crawls along the ice. Oh, fuck. This is really fucked, guys.
I liked you better whenever you stayed quiet.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
It's
You're
now
right.
Theodos's turn.
That was funny.
Copernicus
So I'm-
seems to be having the best go of everyone so far.
I'm underneath the ice right now.
Yeah, you fell through. But the hole that you fell through and the space is rather large, so you can make a check, dexterity, acrobatics, or strength athletics to get back up, sort of on a particular floating island of ice.
Can I give assistance
Can I-
since I'm like right at the end?
You
Like,
are right there, yes. You have advantage because your companion is there. Her talons
Okay.
in the ice.
I'll use acrobatics and try and get out with advantage. Shift advantage. I got 14.
14?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll say that that's enough. And Blake, Sonny, you're able to pull Theodis up onto the rather large floating hunk of ice that you're now on.
Jesus Christ, kid, it's like you want to die.
I just don't want to be cold anymore.
And
Just do it.
you
Water.
can see your snake on your shoulder burst into a puff of flame and in an instant reappears. And actually the warmth of your snake being revived sort of heats up your face a little bit. And the snake slithers into your quiver.
Ugh. I'm gonna use shape water and get all the water off me right now. I'm just gonna fucking and just get it all out of my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the ground. Thank you, Blake.
You're welcome.
Why didn't you do that the first time on the boat?
I was sort of tied up.
I just made you feel like shit. You just hear me say that in your mind.
Oh no. Yeah, Blake doesn't respond like that. But I, David, know that Blake was tied up. Like,
I think that the boat got thrown.
yeah. Well, she was also literally tied up. Like,
Oh yeah, you're on the mess.
And that's my turn.
Cool. It is now Bast's turn.
Yeah, I break out into a run towards the Furbolg's hole.
Okay, yeah, you do. And you skip and saunter across the ice. You're able to kind of step over more deftly because of your sadder nature. When you get to the kind of final floating chunk that you want to get to where the furball is, I just need you to make a dex saving throw. We will do it this way.
Oops, that was the wrong roll. Let me re-roll
Not to worry.
that. I only got 9.
So you skid across the ice, and the lower part of your body dips
Can I
right
feather
in.
fall?
You're able to.
When I feel that I fucked up, can I feather
Yeah,
fall?
yeah, absolutely. And I'll say that you're able to hold yourself before you plunge into right as your feet touch the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're able to avoid any effects. You can see underneath the murky surface, it appears as if the giant man is fiddling around with some kind of what looks like a wand. You are welcome to make an Arcana check if you want.
God damn it. What is
It's
up
got
with
a
these rolls today?
a
6.
shimmering tip at the end of it. You're not quite sure what it is that the wand's going to do, but they're waving it about rather frantically underneath the water.
I'm just gonna throw my sword into its sheath and clasp it shut, and then grab it by the sheath into the blade and shove the handle down into the hull towards him. So, I'm thinking so he can try and grab onto it. Because Bass doesn't recognize that he's trying to do something else. He just sees him flailing around. So I just shove the hilt of my sword down in as far as I can go with all of my arm reach.
Doesn't look like they're able to perceive it. You shove this
try poking
in.
them with it.
They're a little bit further in. Underneath their. Even if you do poke them with it, it looks like they are at present occupied with this.
Okay. I want to lightning lure them.
Cool. Absolutely. Is it a dex saving throw?
So I'll create a lash of lightning that strikes at one creature of my choice within 15 feet of me. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards you and take some lightning damage.
They fail their save, and they are pulled towards you.
And once they get pulled up, they will take, sadly, they will take 9 damage, but then I immediately reach in and try, grabbing onto them to pull them up.
Yeah, that's fine. They cry out, "Oh, you hurt Gronk!"
I'm sorry, I'm trying to save you!
Save me from this! And they point out their... is that the end of your turn?
Sorry, lightning lures a action, and I moved over here, use my reaction. Do I have a new boner action? Nope, I'm all out.
Cool. So they put the wand in the opposite direction, and you can see that at the end what looks like a flaming little tip. And they press onto it, and let me just check. Jesus. A bauble of light bursts out of the end of the staff and floats about 5-10 feet in the air away, and you can see the outline of what looks like a humanoid figure made out of ice. They're seemingly attempting to blend in to the ground. We must run now. Oh, well. And he attempts to grab you and pick you up fast.
What did you do? What did you do?
Bro, Do you allow yourself to be?
Yeah, I
sort of-
do.
Yeah. And he clumsily begins attempting to leap across the frozen water, and that is, we'll say that you two make it about 20 feet, roughly, and I need you to make another dexterity saving throw as the creature slides and skids. You can tell that he's definitely looking like he's about to fall in.
16.
But you're able to hold your footing as the creature slides off and again tumbles into the water.
God damn it.
Meanwhile, the ice creature who was there skirts its way underneath the water to where the giant creature is, and there is what looks like a burst of ice underneath you, Bass, that makes the ground underneath your feet and underneath roughly everyone's feet, in give or take, slightly more solid in this area. Like some kind of cone of cold might have been cast underneath the water or something like that.
Does it look like he's frozen down there now?
You're not able to see through the ice. It's not translucent. But the ground underneath all of your feet has become slightly more stable. Blake Sunny, you are still up on the surface, right?
Yeah, I'm still like dealing
Helping
with this
out
kid,
Theodis, right?
this child.
So
God,
yeah,
I
you
want to help.
two, the ground underneath you has gotten slightly more level. You can see after a certain point the path back to the shore looks rather treacherous. What do you do?
Kid, you got this?
What do you mean? It's not my turn.
Kid, no.
Uh,
Are you gonna get back okay?
yeah, I'll get back fine.
All right, sick. Mental link, and I'm just like calling out for Russo because they're the only other person I see that's struggling right now. Russo,
Hello.
Russo. Hey, you
Hey.
you gonna get back okay?
I think so.
All right, cool. And nice climbing, by the way. Like Blake sees you scuttling around like a vampire and is like, cool, nice.
Yeah.
I
Crawling
say
along the
thank you. I've
ground.
had a lot of practice.
Why? Well, yeah.
I rolled a nat one, so Blake is never gonna notice you're a vampire. I want to say this.
I'm imagining
Until
this,
she's
like,
told.
you know how like little kids like run around on all fours.
Yeah. She literally just thinks it's a weird human thing that like you picked up. But also, yeah, then she's gonna call out for Copernicus is doing fine. Yeah, Blake's just gonna sprint for the shoreline then with 40 feet overland and a sprint.
Cool. Sliding as you skip across the floating pieces of ice, you're able to do your dash. When you get to the end of your sort of dash, one of the pieces of ice kind of topples underneath you. I just need you to make a dex save.
What? With danger sense, I think that gives me advantage for any dex thing that I can see coming. So, is that right?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
you do see this coming.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. 16.
16 is
Nice.
enough. You're able to clunch in with your talons, and you sort of the top half of you keeps going, but you hold your feet.
Nice. Good impression. And that's
Thank
pretty much me, I think, with like a dash. Yeah.
Cool. Ruzo, it's now your turn.
I
You're
take-
not having nearly as much of a problem now that you've kind of got your bearings, and your spider climb obviously is kicking in.
I take the key from Blake and run with her towards the shore. So I
Awesome.
dash.
And we'll say that you don't even have to worry about making a check, that you've kind of caught your bearings on this frozen lake, and you make it roughly a third of the way.
So yeah, what's cool is you can dash as a bonus action. So you still, after moving your full 65 feet, you're able to. You still have an action if there are other things you wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll continue dashing.
Very good. That means it's now Copernicus' turn. You hear him say, "Oh, I'm so stupid," and he taps himself and he begins to fly.
Oh my god.
It is now Theodis' turn.
I link with everyone and say, "Are we all on shore?"
No.
None of you are on shore yet.
None of us are on shore. We're all still moving to shore.
Blake says, yeah. Wait, no.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Worry about yourself, kid. Keep going.
I can't hurt Leo anymore. I'm
That's-
gonna dimension
dude,
door.
I say in your brain, I hate to break it to you, kid. That snake's probably not gonna make it much longer in this cold, dude.
You
Oh,
could've given him
he'll
to
be
me.
fine.
I gave you a chance.
Dimension
Copernicus says, "I think your snake just died, man."
Aww.
Dimension
like-
door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that. You open a door and pop back on the shore.
I'm just like, okay.
A little rhyme for you. Bast, it's now
And
your
then,
turn.
oh,
Or
I
sorry.
wanted to I want to look at Leo, see if he's okay.
You see inside your snake, they are still alive. The fire in their tails still
Oh, that's right.
is still
I forgot they're
going.
a fire
It's
snake.
lightly flickering.
Charmander.
You can see that it's holding out its tongue sort of expectantly at you. Oh.
Don't do that.
That was great acting, Derek.
Thank you. That was my snake impression.
This is why the viewers
I
keep
say,
watching.
sorry, buddy. I'll get you warm soon. And I close the little case. All right, that's my turn.
Very good. It is now Bast's turn. You can see everyone else making a mad dash for shore. The water underneath you has become sort of opaque and frozen.
Is there anything I can do to get at the dude?
You think that you could dive? They're probably closer to directly under you. You know that there's some kind
do.
of... Okay, you dive underneath the water. We'll just say make a con save to resist the cold, first of all.
Okay. That's good for me. Because I rolled a 25.
25 is plenty. And you are able to dive under the water and use your intuition, and you find that creature struggling with what looks like an Iceman who is just thwacking them.
I want to swim up to the furbolg and sort of grab him and grab onto him and pull him behind me, and then turn around and cast Thunder Wave upward at the ice creature and hopefully towards the surface as well.
Cool. Yeah, I totally dig that. It's a dexterity saving throw, isn't it?
Yes. No, it's a con saving throw.
Oh. Got it. They roll a 16.
My save is 15. But it's still gonna blast the ice and deal some damage. They just won't be thrown.
Yeah. We'll say that the ice is cracked, though it doesn't break, and the creature does take half damage.
So I'm gonna deal. If I cast it at a higher level, I'm gonna cast it at second level. Maybe this will deal more to the ice, maybe not. But I deal a total of. Let me look at this. 13 thunder damage.
Yeah, it does crack the ice, though. It's not enough to break it outright.
So
and
yeah,
that
you all hear that like reverberate.
there's a burst
Shit.
from
more cracks
underneath
on
the water,
ice.
and you can hear the sound of the ice cracking. Also, I love that cinematic moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Fargo.
Very good. You have Gronk in your possession. I assume you want to head back to the shore with the rest of your movement,
Yeah.
or head back to the surface.
Yeah. So that was my action. I don't know, this will help. I don't know if there's any ice chunks that are like floating around me. If I could like swim to them and then like leap off of them by pushing with my satyr legs, like propel me up and out of the surface.
I could make you some.
You're not here?
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
If there's any like ice chunks underwater from the explosion, I want to like try and swim up to them and then leap off of them with my powerful satyr legs and try and like propel myself out of the water.
Unfortunately, you don't find anything quite so opportune. But you are able to burst to make it back up to the surface. You and Gronk burst up to it.
Okay. That's my turn.
Cool. And let me just see. I have to look one thing up really quickly. Ah, perfect. So then your companion Gronk says, "Gronk, no!" And then his body transforms and he becomes a giant eagle suddenly, and he picks you up with his talons and pulls you
Where was
back
this before, bud?
toward the shore, drops you at the shore, and continues to fly off in the distance.
You're
And we
fucking
will-
welcome.
Just hand wave away and say that everyone is able to make it back to the shore with their lives and without succumbing to the ice elemental. And we're now out of initiative. You're maybe a little bit wet, a little bit chilly, but you are alive.
Oh, I am pissed. That man owes me a life debt. He was supposed to be one of our NPCs.
We already have one Copernicus. Can't do with another.
says, I guess that I also flew over here and no one's giving me a trophy.
God, where'd you go?
I'll make you fly again, Copernicus. Keep talking.
All right. I'm sorry if I'm a little mouthy. I thought we were friends.
We are. That's just how Blake talks. And she's gonna start a fire for everyone.
I'm gonna use shape water and I'm gonna start drying everyone's clothes.
Oh, cool.
Do I have to roll for flyer? Flyer?
You just
No,
magic
we're saying that you're-
squeegee all the water out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
don't
all
like
of you are
that.
able to get dry in not a terribly great amount of time. And you set up camp along the shore.
That furball bastard. Not even a thanks or a sorry for causing you all to fall into the ice. Just and then fly away.
Yeah, he like
Oh.
screamed and he like broke eyes, man. What a baby.
Maybe he turned into someone with the brain of an eagle, you know? Just bird things.
It had to have
Oh
been.
god.
He's a bird.
Yeah, like realize what she said and just sit there quietly like,
Oh my god.
Yeah, Copernicus doesn't really have the tact to not go for it. It's like,
Bash laughs
I
his
don't-
ass off.
I'm pretty sure, like, you, actually, no.
Thank you, Copernicus. Thank you. How's your snake, dude?
Oh, I put him in the fire.
What?
You pop Leo into the fire.
There he
and
is.
rolls around in it playfully, but he still kind of pops his head up towards you and is still flicking his tongue out imploringly, seemingly.
The snake is hungry. When's the last time you fed this thing, Theodis? What did we tell you about keeping pets? You have to be responsible for them.
Oh yeah, I kind of died the last time. Sorry, but and I
Is
can
it
actually
vegetarian?
just go in the fire and just reach in since I'm resistant. I just grab him right out of the fire. It's like I have no food. Well,
Russo, do you have
Blake,
anything?
What does he
Blake,
eat?
do you have
Snake things.
rats, pigeons,
Uh,
the usual?
Rabbits. Okay,
Can I do
we're
Yeah,
that?
regular snake food.
we are
can
in
I
a,
do a nature check to see if I can see anything?
yeah, we're in a goddamn forest. Where are the
Yeah.
vermin?
And you probably have like
Um,
rats or something.
You are welcome to make a
I
nature check.
died.
I got a 12.
I died. I don't have all that.
What do you mean you died? You don't lose all your stuff when you die.
Yeah, all of your stuff was still with you, but you find
Oh,
that Leo
okay.
will not eat the rats that you had on your person because they are no longer fresh.
Right.
Hey,
And
Blake, aren't you an owl? Find me some
Oh,
rats.
Ruzo, after a little bit of time haunting about through the woods, you are able to capture a small a rabbit.
Ooh. I'll bring that back to the fire.
Oh, thank God we have something to eat tonight.
Cruiser,
Oh,
you're
hell
the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
I love
not-
We'll say that
wait.
this is a larger rabbit.
And I was about to be like,
We'll retcon it.
we are not
Yeah.
feeding this to your snake, by the way.
Yeah.
No, just give me the ears. I'll just feed him the ears.
The
We could
ears
feed
are
him a
the
little
best
bit.
part.
You can't just eat. I mean, come on, man. He's hungry.
If he's hungry, he can eat the
Come
feet.
on.
They are
Yeah,
lucky.
come on. Give him something.
Give him
Just
the
let
feet.
him go in the forest and hunt for itself.
No,
No, I've heard this thing.
Leo's better than that. I'll prepare the rabbit. I'll
No,
give him the feet.
no, you're not gonna prepare the rabbit. Fuck off.
I'll clean the rabbit. I'll prestidigitate the rabbit. You know.
I don't
And
think he's
I'll-
lying.
I'll pass it off to Theodis and say, as long as I don't have to.
Yeah, see,
I've
she's
done my
trusts
bit.
me. You could learn from her bash. She trusts me as I wave the rabbit back and forth in front of you.
Crack,
Oh my
crack,
God.
crack.
And, yeah, I just start skinning it, and I bring out Leo, and I was like, here, you can watch. And
Yeah, Leo
Skin it?
kind of imploringly goes for the scraps that you feed him.
Yeah, and I just
Yeah,
I
skin
start the
it.
fire and I get ready to cook it.
You can see that with
Prestidigitate.
every nom, the snake's tail gets more kind of active and lit up.
And I baby talk the shit out of him. I'm like, who's your good boy? Who's your good
And then I
boy?
come over and snatch the half-done rabbit out of your hands and rip the rest of the skin off and throw it on the spick.
Oh. You're welcome.
I'm
So,
hungry.
Blake-
Rude. Rude.
So Blake can hear what the snake says back. What does Leo say back? Like, what kind of tone does he have? Does
Oh,
Leo
yeah,
have a
just baby talk
personality?
Leo says, "Oh, it's about time." A bit expectantly.
Oh, cool. It's just a spoiled snake. Nice.
It has been spoiled, yes, in captivity from its previous owner, who was an absolute goon, as we may recall from episode 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah. I
That's a
remember.
cool fact. Yeah. Cool.
He was just throwing them around.
Yeah, he was juggling the snakes. So you have to keep him pretty fat and happy to do stuff like that.
Nice.
No problem. I can talk to him with my brain.
While
So,
the rabbit's cooking,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take some rope that I have and pull off some thinner strands and set up sort of like a perimeter trip line around where we're camping with
It's a good idea.
like twigs rigged to snap.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do.
I'll do that. I'll help you.
I do that.
I
do that thing I said.
I find. Yeah, I find you the twigs and I bring them to you.
As you do this, right after you've set up the perimeter, you hear the sound of one of your twigs snapping, and I need everyone to make perception checks.
Hey. 10.
10?
10 for best.
10.
14.
14.
Eyes.
We're clowns. We're all
Um,
clowns.
Copernicus actually rolls at 20, and he says, "Oh, actually, I think there's an encampment." And sort of in an instant, you find that your trip line is entirely surrounded by what look like various caravans.
What the?
Persons, you can see that there is a large roaring bonfire, which appears to have just appeared suddenly. And you also notice a number of pitch tents. There's one in particular that stands out with, it's got a sort of purple-green, more silken quality, and it's got two plumes of purple smoke on braziers on either side of it. And you can hear the sound of revelry, a more authentic revelry. Yes, if we could get some Vistani music. And it's almost as if people aren't really able to notice you. You can hear people talking and dancing about. Someone says, "Yes, there was a mighty wizard long ago who thought that he could bring the people together against the devil's Strahd." They say that his name was more than Kainin or Canaan or however. Yes, he's dead just like the rest of them. And
Do we
these
see
and
a
other
troll?
such conversations.
I'm just like standing here, like with my hands by the hilts of my sword, always dancing and music and colors and shit, and I'm like expecting myself to start like being forced to enjoy it. And that,
The vampire appeared, and the whole peasant army shot themselves at once. He threw flaming skulls into our midst, and mostly everything broke up after that. The wizard and some of his companions took to flying brooms and various things. Some of them made it into the castle, but none were ever heard of again.
Bass just keeps looking around like, I'm not going crazy, right?
Are you on?
And then he starts hearing the music,
Not go-
and he starts like feeling the music, and his Fey instincts start kicking in. His shoulders,
Yeah, no.
his shoulders
The
start popping up
Saturn
and
you
down.
is really just
He kind of crouches a little bit, and his shoulders start going up and down. Yeah, and then he starts moving into the dance circle.
yes, and you can see the number of people in long dresses or otherwise maybe something that we think of as like more traditional Romani style outfits dancing about, and they're singing and revelry, and you can see large roast something or the other on spits over the fire.
And I just start dancing with everyone. I reach
They're
for a cup of
large,
whatever.
Yeah, and someone passes you a cup and they say, "Ah, Sather, yes, beautiful."
We just sort of mingle him with the rest of the crowd.
Yeah. Looking for a grey elf though. That's what Blake's doing.
You might notice one or two gray elves mingling amidst the crowd. They don't go up to you in particular.
Oh, Blake is a person who will go up to them. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you do. You go up to a random gray elf. Oh, hey.
greetings. Hello. We're looking for a guy who we've heard leads an encampment near here. Can you help?
Looking for Casimir.
Bitch, how do you know?
He's got a tent, but well, if I'm honest, it's really recommended that you go see Madame Ava before you talk to him. Just, we've been, she's been helping to guide us, and well, we finally made contact. Made quite a splash in Barovia since you got here, but it's probably best that you go get a reading from the madam, and then, see what Casimir has to say to you.
Cool. Blake will look around to the people who are with her. I'm assuming someone has come...
Copernicus is there next to you, and maybe Theodos. Ruzo, how are you faring in the midst
I'm
of
just
this?
awkwardly dancing to the music.
I'm
not really sure how I fit in.
There's an older woman who comes up next to you. She's got a bowl of some kind of pudding, and she says, my daughter, she's been missing for several decades now, but they say, what is it that you're supposed to do? If you love somebody, you must let them go in the world, and if they come back, then that is how you know it is true. And the blood of the vine is thicker than the water. The vampire sucks when it gets the best of you.
Certainly several sayings.
Oversharing.
Every Vistani aphorism under the sun.
And she says, yes, you are quite sweet young woman. I hope that your time in Barovia is one which is quickly over.
I hope so too. Hopefully. Yeah. I don't really know how to talk to this woman. I'm not really.
And she continues, this
old woman's come up and talked to me, and I'm just a bit
my
awkward.
granddaughter, she had such beautiful eyes. They were
I will
green.
come over and save Ruzo.
What was your granddaughter's name?
Tatutska. She was lovely.
That's a beautiful name.
Does Ruzo look like they need to be saved?
Ruzo looks very awkward, yes.
Yeah, that's
Your party sense, your fae,
Yeah.
you can tell when someone's not having fun.
Yeah, Bass moves his way around the circle and grabs a second cup, and then comes up and kind of just sweeps Ruzo away and shoves a drink into their hands and away from the old woman.
And Theodos, someone comes up to you and hands you a goblet, and you can hear voices. I saw the vampire with my own eyes. Lightning struck down from the heavens, and they just appeared. There were several of them. And if I didn't have this silver sword, none of us would be alive to tell the story today.
When I hear this guy talking about Strahd, and I see Theodos getting closer to him, I'm gonna spin with Ruzo over towards Theodos and sweep him away from the dude. Hey, I throw him over my shoulders.
So this is a fast sequence of events. I'm just looking at all these people. All of a sudden I just get a cup, and all of a sudden I'm just picked up and just away.
It almost happens
just
simultaneously, yeah.
And when we're up there, I say, hey, kiddo, make sure we keep it quiet about who we know. Capiche?
Have a drink.
You can see Blake already going to Madame Ava's tent as well, just off in the distance, ready to say something stupid.
And I moved the three of us over towards Blake.
Once you all make it in the tent, Copernicus walks in behind you, you guys weren't gonna... Alright, maybe... I could wait outside if you want.
Look, our mind's eye hadn't described you doing anything interesting.
Copernicus
it's
wasn't
not our
doing
fault.
anything interesting.
Okay, you're good. I don't have to worry about you. It's a good thing. Take it as a compliment. Let's go get our palms read.
And you can see inside of the tent, what looks like a very short, hunched over. In my D&D games, the fortune-telling character, no matter the name, is always played by the same goblin woman from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yes. And she has little wide ears and green skin.
Yes.
and she's wearing purple robes, and she's hunched over in front of a crystal ball, waving her hands about. Oh, yes, the ice is very dangerous in these parts.
Huh.
Thanks,
did you
thanks
know
for
that?
It's
You have
true.
come-
It's just a statement of fact. There's nothing prophetic about it.
Yo, she's magic, dude.
There are very few who come under circumstances such as yours into our lands, and yet, like all the others, you will be made subject to the prophecies of Madame Ava. And she knocks the crystal ball off of the table, and it cracks and smashes.
Whoa, bud. Did you mean to do that?
Yes, I have plenty. And she says, your future is not told in the ball, but in the cards. And she pulls out a deck of cards. The music continues to play around outside of the tent as she shuffles the deck. And she shuffles it rather exasperatedly and reaches her hand out to Ruzo and says, you'll cut the deck.
Okay, and I cut the deck.
And she says, a 3-card reading. Yes, that should be enough. And she puts down 3 cards. And she says, the first card shows of your past. And she flips it. And it is the Chariot. And you can see a figure of an opulent woman whose face has been covered. And she appears to be holding a sword in one hand, and there are a number of people who are holding up the chariot, or yeah, I guess it's one of those. It's a chariot that people are actually holding up, and you can see them groaning. And she says, the card shows how you have come traveling through the dimensions. Yes, under the auspices of a magical item of great power and importance. The primordial nature of this magic may be elusive to you, but not to those who follow your actions. Yes, this metallic substance has brought you here along the lady's chariot, as it is foretold in the cards. At the present, and she flips over another card, and it is the 4 of staves. And she says, yes, the gala, the party, the collaboration. You've compromised yourselves, and yet, even still, the darkness and the light vies for control among you. You do not know whether or not what you're doing is right. Whether or not what you're doing will bring you the happiness you seek. And yet, you just bring more people along, more and more and more, until, and she flips over the final card, and it is the 3 of swords. You can see an image of 3 swords cut through a large heart. And she says, the crisis card, the separation. The portents tell of a strict and uncompromising fate. A broken heart and hurt feelings. Perhaps even a betrayal by the very powers who brought you to this fate, who now consign you to the course you take. And she bows. Yes. Yes.
I'll be honest, that was the best fortune I've ever gotten. I've had a lot.
Copernicus also gives a little, yeah, that was actually pretty good. Yeah. Wow.
And we have
I
we have
just-
real
I
fortune
awkwardly
tellers
bow.
in Sigil. Don't get it twisted. But that was top notch prophecy.
The truth will come out to you regardless of whether or not you're looking for it. And now my fated task is done. And she pulls open her hat. Might you, for an old woman.
Oh, of course. I will dump. I will dump 8 platinum pieces into her hat.
And
Would you like
her
to-
eyes get wide, yeah, when she sees that. And she grabs one and she bites at it.
Yep. Oh, that's fair.
Wow. Yes,
He's hungry.
it is a very fair transaction. I so appreciate your being able to yes, to compensate me. They say that no good deed goes unpunished, and I'm sure it will be the case with this.
Care for a dance, madam?
I would love a dance. Let us go.
That
And
I can
she's
only imagine.
maybe
song.
2.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
But she
I was about to say.
reaches up.
Yeah, I'm just like
And gets
reaching
out
down.
there. Yeah, she goes out there with the rest of them.
And Bass proceeds to just get shit faced. But he also makes sure to, like, every once in a while remind Blake, Sunny, and Beatrice to keep the zippers shut about the big boss.
Crowd? Yeah, dude. Haven't thought about her in weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wink.
Yeah. Why are you winking, dude?
Flourish. Dance away.
Nice.
I'm gonna go find some spicy food.
Oh, Blake is going to get absolutely destroyed.
Nice. What about Ruzo? You can see that Copernicus is also like, finally a chance to unwind. Get some wine.
This guy doesn't
I'm not
relax.
really into this, but I will drink.
That same old woman comes back up to you and yes, my daughter. She's very inattentive. She doesn't come and visit me. She lives in the tent next door, and I say, come and visit. I will make tea for the both of us. She doesn't
And
come.
I let her drag me away, but I ask her. I realize she hasn't told me her name. She just jumped into this tirade.
My name is Desdemona. Desdemona.
And I see
I'm-
this happen, and I think it's probably the most fun they're gonna have tonight.
Yeah, this isn't really my scene.
Oh.
I go trade stories with the campfire.
Yeah, and they tell you about various encounters they've had with werewolves and vampires. And
I
dangers
matched
that
their
lurk in the
vampire
forest.
tale with one. We have many at this point, but one from
Yeah, you've
when
had a
we-
few.
when I fucking ransacked a vampire's house back in Sigil.
Mm-hmm. And they seem well impressed and like, yeah, one of us.
Yeah, what are you? What are you?
We are the Vistani,
Oh,
the only people who can leave these god-forsaken lands.
You're the only people who can leave. Is that what you said?
And one of them leans close. Yes, because we have made a deal with the devil Strahd himself.
I
We
get-
shepherd.
One
we
of
shepherd-
us. One of us.
One of us! Yeah! We shepherd those who are brought here, and we bring those who must leave in their time.
Yeah, that's nice. I think we've got a way out too.
Yes, your way out is not with our campment, I'm afraid.
Where do you go? Or where you're going next time you go?
Oh, we travel through the mist
To
to the material plane.
which one?
Whichever one we're sent to. It's always a little surprise.
Hmm.
Toral most recently. Faber.
Get a lot of people at Sigil from Toril. I don't know what it is about that place.
Aerith.
Oh, yep, you're starting to lose me. That's a fresh perspective.
There are many worlds. Many worlds. And at this point, Blake Sunny, a gray elf, comes up to you and says, so I heard you're looking for Casimir.
Yeah, dude, you know him?
You're looking at him.
Oh shit!
And that's where we're gonna stop.
Nice. Very cool. That was fucking
Fun
great.
session.
Real
Thank you,
good
Fun
thank you,
session.
thank you.
Top form
Yeah.
from Derek. Oh.
I felt like we really got back into the groove of it this week. Like, this is a good one. Yeah,
we
that
did.
was
That was-
if
that
in
was
case
fun.
you didn't know, Grace, at the beginning of every session, I roll a luck stat to determine just the general course and how easy things are for the party. And that was a very unlucky day,
Oh, okay.
as they call them. So everything sort of goes wrong, and it's harder to make it not fucked, essentially.
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't the best thing to say before the end of our session. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching us.
Peace, peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.